So I'm live, and I'm back in the movie library here for this episode of the Movie Club. It's been a while. Hopefully, people come back. That I have been gone. I've been gone a while. I did manage to do one episode, kind of a mini episode while I was in Corner Brook, and I was staying at the hotel suite there. I was going to do like another one, kind of an update thing, when I was in Port aux Basques, but the internet connection at the hotel that we were in wasn't that good over there. But I got some stuff today, and we're going to look into that, and we'll go from there. Hey, Andy, how's it going, man? I am back in the Movie Club. Hey, Boredom. Now, hopefully, this is a brand new mic right here, guys. So hopefully you guys can let me know that you hear me good, because I just got a new one, and this is a Power2Wise, which is supposed to be a pretty good brand name. So this actually is like a two-way one. So basically there's two mics here, and you can actually set it up to be I could have my better half, or say one of the kids here, and could do like almost like a Siskel and Ebert style review, or a kind of a vlog, or a interview type of thing. So this is actually called the Power2Wise vlogging interview site. So let me know. Can somebody there that talks, that comments, just let me know that this is coming through okay, because that's my first time using it, and I want to make sure that my sound's coming through good. So before I go any further, I'd appreciate a sound check from one of you guys, letting me know that you can hear me. So, anybody? Okay, good, thank you. Because I was not going to go any further with that. Hey, Movie Collector Geek. So, I got 3 today. One is a birthday gift from my dad, and I actually just finished watching it. And 2 are going to be coming bigger into play on Wednesday. Because if you are on either my Instagram, my Twitter, or my Facebook, that you probably know that this morning, Super Tired Aaron came on and talked about basically what I'm doing on Wednesday. And like I said before, at the beginning of the year, I'm going to be shining the spotlight on a lot of kind of like smaller companies that people don't really shine the spotlight enough, I don't think. So on Wednesday, we're going to do an MVD Rewind collection video. I have some stuff coming from MVD Rewind, that basically some stuff that I got from my mom for my birthday. But today, I got 3 Blu-rays to show you, 3 collector's edition Blu-rays, and let's get into the first one. So first off is Jamie Blank's Valentine. This is a collector's edition from Scream Factory. If you haven't seen this movie, then I do recommend it. It's what I consider to be one of the more underrated slasher flicks of its time. There was a big deluge of slasher films in the 80s, to the point where it became too much, and they kind of dropped off. Now, after that, like Scream came out in the 90s and kind of brought slashers back again. But when they did, they brought them back in kind of a meta slasher way. So we were getting all these like Scream clones, some that were actual slashers, some that wanted to do the meta thing as well. But Jamie Blanks is a director. He did Urban Legend, and if you're familiar with that film, which you probably should be if you're a slasher fan, and this was kind of his follow-up to that. It has a fantastic cast, and the picture and the audio on this is incredible. By the way, it looks like better than this has ever looked before. Feature-wise, insane. We got a new 2K scan of the original film elements, which is really good. There's a new audio commentary with director Jamie Blanks, filmmaker Don Coscarelli, and author Peter Brack. Hey, chat. We got interviews with Jessica Caulfield, Denise Richards, Marley Shelton, new interviews with co-writers Gretchen J. Berg and Aaron Harberts. Watch it again, Boredom Strikes. Trust me. Valentine is one of those that deserves a second watch. And the features on here, trust me, you will get into it. Composer Don Davis, editors Steven Merkovich, original auto commentary was with Jamie Blanks, the earlier one. Vintage cast and crew interviews, theatrical trailer. This is loaded, guys. It is. Hold on. Do I have it here? What did I do with my phone? It is extremely underrated. Hold on a second. I'm just going to take me 1 second. I got to grab something. I will be right back. As you can see, this is a much longer cord than before. I'm back. Sorry about that. But phone, basically in case anybody tries to contact me if anything's wrong. One thing I do want to show you guys though. So this is the screen, hey Corey, to Valentine. It's not going to save real, but see this, all this. These are all the features on the disc, not including the audio commentaries. There's even a new one, and they keep the archival one as well. Whoa, tired. But yeah, so you want to see what it looks like on the inside. I actually turned over for the reversible artwork to show you guys as well. So most of you, this is the new artwork, which I'm sure you've seen in the last little while. Now, if you're familiar with the movie Valentine, then you remember it has one of the creepier posters that came out for a slasher film, and one of the more inventive ones at a time. Hey, John Steele. You're much more street than me, dude. I can't do that and not sound like a white dude trying to be street. But if you remember the 90s, the Scream time, basically, I don't know what you did, summer, all this, they had all these like floating head posters. And they were horrible. Like every second movie had a floating head poster. Now Jamie Blanks didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do like another floating head type poster. So he wanted to make something kind of cool and creepy. And it would have been easy. With a cast that included Denise Richards, David Boreanaz, Marley Shelton, Katherine Heigl. There's, what's her name? Jessica Capshaw is in it as well. It would have been so easy to do like a cover with a bunch of like good-looking actors on it, but instead he did this, and this is super creepy and really cool. I've always loved this artwork. I've always found it really disturbing, really eerie, and it does stand out. And I love the fact that Scream Factory wanted to give you fantastic new artwork. I do think this is great, but they do keep on that really cool, eerie, creepy artwork that originally came with it. This is what makes it stand. This is one of the things that makes it stand apart. It's the little details like this. When you're watching like, hey, Culture Trini. She demons. So when you see something like this, you see it's somebody that actually cares about the films they're making. You know, cares about the genre. Really has a love for the slasher genre and a love for the scary, and just to make the poster goes all out. So that's cool. Floating head artworks for films that I've liked. I'd have to really think, actually, John. I can't think of any. I mean, I guess, was it Screamed at first? So, you know, it's okay for them. But I've always found floating head artwork to be kind of lazy, right? So like, if you saw when Amazon Prime put out an ad for Suspiria, and the new Suspiria, the remake, right? And I'm not sure if you got the email or not with that ad in it, but it's horrible. I mean, it's like just 3 cut and pasted characters from Suspiria on like really badly cut and pasted over a yellow background with the word Suspiria, and it's not even like, it's a nightmare. But anyway, so definitely, guys, if you don't have this one, this is a must from the from Scream Factory's collection. Exactly, Corey. I do like, look at the features are insane. I'm not even finished through them. I will tell you one thing that I was pleased to hear, because I hadn't seen Denise Richards in a movie in a while. At least I don't think I have. But she's interviewed on here in a new interview. And man, she looks really, really good. She has really Wow. So Denise Richards, Google Doc list. Yeah, Google Doc list. Anyway, so next up is an MVD rewind. I'm going to open it up here on camera. I had to grab this one because I like super cheesy fun stuff. Now this movie had some pretty cool actors on it. It had like, and I'm looking off here. So you get Brian James, Thomas Jane. I want to see how quickly you get this movie before I say the main actor. Jackie Earle Haley, Thom Matthews, Deborah Shelton, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa. Anybody know what it is yet? Tim Thomerson, Marjorie Monahan, and of course, Olivier Grenier. And that name should be what gives it away. So I have the collector's edition of Nemesis, Albert Pyun's Nemesis. I'm actually super stoked to have this movie. It is a super cheesy action sci-fi type of flick, which I'm sure most people here have seen at least sometime. I actually get a kick out of this movie a lot. So when MVD Rewind announced that they were going to be putting it out, and I knew I had to pick it up. I had to have this. So let us see what kind of job. Probably, you got to get the first one, John, man. This is what starts it all, and it's got an amazing cast. So let's look on the inside, see if I can convince you. So, as far as the special features go, we got a high definition Blu-ray presentation of the film in both 235 and 178 aspect ratio. As for the audio, for people that are into that, it's 5.1 and 2.0 stereo surround sound. We also have it in French and German as well. There are subtitles in French and German on this disc. There's a new 2018 interview with the producer Eric Carson. There's a new 2018 interview with the director. There is the director's cut of the film called Nemesis 2.0 with the director's commentary. That's in standard definition as well. There is an original theatrical trailer. And of course, we get on the DVD, because there's a DVD. These usually have like Blu-ray DVD packs. There's something different on the DVD. And that would be the Japanese extended cut of Nemesis. So usually the Japanese extended cut is only usually seen on Laserdisc. So if you're a Laserdisc collector and you got like Nemesis on Laserdisc, there is, the ability to get a Japanese cut of it there. As for features on the DVD, we have the introduction by Albert Pyun, introduction by Olivier Grenier, afterward by Albert Pyun, behind the scenes, the making of Nemesis, interview with Olivier Grenier, making of stunts and effects, making of visual effects, a kill count featurette, behind the scenes photo gallery, key art photo gallery, and TV spots and much more. So we're going to open it up now. So there's a lot of stuff. So the Blu-ray and DVD have different special features. That's actually kind of cool. So this is the slip cover, and I love these here. I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get the slip cover for Double Dragon, the one I picked up last week, which you guys were here to see that. So this is the clean artwork. It looks really sexy, actually. The clean artwork does as well. So this might convince you, John. If all those features didn't convince you, and 3 different cuts of the film, and like 2 in different aspect ratios, plus you get a director's cut, plus you get a Japanese cut of the film as well. Oh yeah, 2 to 4, 2, 3, and 4. So it's right here. This is the. Doesn't it look like have kind of a Matrix look to it? This is like pre-Matrix, but doesn't have. Hey, Mr. Crazy Nightmare. It's insanely nice, and of course they're going to have it. As always, this is the look for the MVD. I really like these white discs. Now, as always, MVD Rewind does not chinch you out. They also put like the mini poster in here as well. And if you buy any MVD Rewind, at least the first run editions of them, you will receive a mini poster in with your Blu-ray, which I think is actually super cool. So this is Nemesis, and this is number 13 in the MVD Rewind collection. I am actually collecting them all. Now, one thing I will say, and I won't get into this too much because I am doing an MVD Rewind video, is that MVD Rewind is probably one of the most eclectic labels to collect. You you can see anything from Nemesis to like a movie like Wind Rider or Savannah Smiles or Attack Killer Tomatoes. So there's a lot of different stuff when it comes to their stuff, when it comes to their films. And like you just mentioned, John, because apparently we're on the same wavelength here. This is Nemesis 2, 3, and 4. And these here also have a character by the name of Alex. The first one has a character by the name of Alex Rain. I think it's Alex Rain, played by Olivier Grenier. And there's, I can't remember her name, Alex somebody anyway. And 2, 3, and 4 played by a bodybuilder by the name of Sue Price. She's like legitimately like around 5 feet tall. It's fun. I mean, like these here are super cheesy, but you got to know they're going in, right? Like when you get something like this, these are like straight to straight to VHS type of movies. You don't expect like a big budget or anything like that. You just expect like just to have fun with them, and that's kind of what you get with this here. So let's open this one up and look at this one too. I'll see if this one actually has a poster. Most of them do. This is the first time they've done like one where it's like multi-film. 2, 3, and 4 on I'm guessing they'll probably put it on one disc because you're not going to have to worry about for like these are fairly short films. You're not going to worry too much about compression issues for 3 films on a Blu-ray. That won't be too bad, especially if it's not too feature laden. So this is for part 2, this is part 3, and this is part 4. And I'm pretty much sure that like Sue Price is in all of them because I think yeah, she is. So basically we got Sue Price and starring with people that I probably know, but I don't know the names are right here. I know Tim Thomerson's in part 3, I know that much. And Nicholas Guest actually shows up in part 4, so we get to see another genre actor there as well. So as you can see, this is the cover with kind of the old school VHS artwork, and I really like that with the the faux stickers that they put on there. And to see kind of like the clean artwork, some people like this kind of clean, sexy artwork as well. Yeah, they're just right here. And as you can see, it's different. Do you notice the difference? Can you tell what the difference is? Because I kind of wonder if anybody has noticed this or not yet. I'm sure people have noticed it. If people are OCD like me, they definitely notice it. So this is number 16, by the way, which kind of bothers my OCD a bit because I kind of want to put them right next to each other, but I can't. Oh, it's definitely a B, and not so much a horror movie. I'd say more of like a sci-fi, like action-y type of film. Think of like Cyborg, but on a lower budget. But it's the same director. You watch Wacko? Wacko's a fun film. I actually keep an ear out for upcoming Just to This podcast, John, because I actually do talk about Wacko on that episode. It's a super fun film, but I was not. Brian wins me over throughout the episode on Wacko. The one thing I noticed here is, so this is number 13, right? So this is number 13 in MVD Rewind Collection. This is number 16. So it looks like they've gone into the blue cases. I actually prefer the white cases for these, but I noticed when I bought Double Dragon, and I bought that at Walmart, there wasn't a case. It wasn't like one of those super sexy VHS style like slip covers. If anybody has an extra one of those you want to send my way, much appreciated, because I didn't get a slip cover for Double Dragon. Double Dragon 2 has the blue case, so it looks like they've moved over going to the regular blue cases for their Blu-rays, which is a shame. Oh, nice. Okay, so we do have a poster. So this one doesn't have a DVD. It's just the Blu-ray, which is like 2, 3, and 4. So this one actually is super cheap, by the way. Actually, I think it was around like when I looked at it online first, it was around $30. It was around $26. So when I finally picked it up, it was around $21. So you can't go wrong with like with 3 movies priced like that. There are features. There is the cover is fantastic, and as you can see, we have a poster here as well. So if you like the cover art, you're gonna definitely love the poster. And it's those little touches that make the difference, right? And there is interviews with the director talking about all 3 of the films. Interviews on 2, interviews on interview for part 3, and an interview for part 4 as well. So I'm actually really excited to dive into this, but my better half she's a super lover of these type of films, these cheesy films. So I have to wait for her to watch these. Now, just to give you like an idea, so basically all three films, Nemesis 2 and 3 are in a 1:78 aspect ratio. Nemesis 4 is in a 2:20 aspect ratio. High definition Blu-ray presentations on all three of these films, theatrical trailers for all three as well. You also get the director talking about Nemesis 2 runs about 30 minutes and 39 seconds. He talks about Nemesis 3 that runs 17 minutes, and his talk Nemesis 4 runs 19 minutes and 38 seconds. So he's going to be, so altogether you're getting around, yeah, you're getting an over an hour long well, it's the director talking about the films, but altogether we on 2, 3, and 4. If you put his conversation on 2, 3, and 4 together, it's going to be over an hour long on the director talking about the Nemesis franchise. You know, obviously we've gotten the directors talking and it's about part 1, but it's really neat to see him talk about. It'll be really neat to see him talk about part 2, 3, and 4, because obviously there's a new lead for these 3 films. It'll be interesting to see why that happened, why he couldn't get back Olivia Grunier. Maybe there's a reasoning behind it. You know, why he chose Sue Price. He does tend to work with her pretty much straight from here on out. And they're actually just recently, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there is. Recently, in the last year or so, they put out a Nemesis 5, like a newer one. Which is, you know, wouldn't fit in the time frame as an MVD rewind. It wouldn't be like one of the classics, right? But it was recently put out. It does have like Sue Price in it. Sue Price is like around 50 now. So, but they have a younger actress, like a female actress in it as well. Kind of, I think it's kind of a Sue Price like handing off the reins. I do too. I mean, like, Angel Town was an odd one, John, because the villains were realistic, but when you're watching an action movie, and especially like kickboxing, martial arts style of action movie, you're not always like used to seeing a realistic villain. You're used to these Billy Blanks or Billy Drago style guys, or like or Richard Norton, for instance. These over the top, like super like kind of cool crime bosses who know their stuff. So when I first watched Angel Town, and I watched it like not that long ago, because I'm guessing you got the MVD Rewind that came out recently. I was like, this is odd. I mean, like, I don't completely feel this dude is completely threatening, and it took me a while to really like soak it in, which may seem kind of silly, you know, because you know it's an action film, but to actually realize what the director had done, what he'd meant, and by actually trying to make it as real and as street, as urban, and that's something you probably understand, as possible. Angel Town is very much of the streets. It's very much an urban action film. There are many of the people that play gang members in Angel Town actually are gang members. This is what you'd actually see. So when I was growing up in like Ontario, and I lived usually on, pretty much always, exclusively back then on the wrong side of the track. Like in some places when I lived in Alberta, literally on the wrong side of the track. There was a train track. But that's what you'd see. These are the type of guys you would see. They wouldn't be these like over like dramatic people that you see in a lot of the action films, and like the super like crazy ass action films, like where the Charles Bronson ones, where everybody looks, you know, street, as in like there's guys with like, you know, bazookas and like rollerblades. It just doesn't like fit with reality. Angel Town does. Angel Town does have a very realistic sense to it. Not a perfect film, but a film I really like, and I really kind of wish that Olivier Grenier had done more stuff. Let's be honest, his although not the greatest actor in the world, he's just as good as a guy like as a Steven Seagal, and that guy's made a career off of not being able to act. And I'm not gonna lie, it's might give me some hate, and I do enjoy certain Steven Seagal films, but the dude's not exactly the greatest actor, and let's just say he's not exactly the swiftest guy either. The type of martial arts that he used, surprisingly, wouldn't be something that you would think would work on camera, but it has for a long period of time, so, you know, good for him. But I really do like that actor. And now, Nemesis is the movie that made Olivier Grenier, like that got Olivier Grenier the notice. It's probably the one he's probably most famous for. If you were to mention him and somebody like remembered actually who he was, he's a French kickboxer, the same as Jean-Claude Van Damme, by the way. Which you know because you got Angel Town. This would be, you know, Angel Town was his first movie, and this would be the movie that kind of like solidified whatever fame that he would have. I love the fact that this has kind of like, it kind of looks like it's a pre-Matrix Matrix style cover, and it also kind of reminds me of like not as good as, no, yeah. Did you get any of the MVDs from the Van Damme ones? I know Lionheart's out. I kind of want to get that. It's a bit on the pricey side right now, but I really want to pick up Lionheart. I really like that movie. I'm a big like Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. My better half, she's actually from Morocco, and you know she spent a lot of time in oh, I got Black Eagle in France, and Jean-Claude Van Damme doesn't always get the best rep over there, apparently. That's from what I've heard. Yeah, he doesn't have the best rep over there. So hopefully this microphone is going to work well. Bloodsport's your favorite. No Retreat, No Surrender. I love No Retreat, No Surrender. I love Bloodsport. I would really love to see them put out the No Retreat, No Surrender sequels with Lauren Evident. I'm a big fan of those films. They have nothing to do with the first film. But I know Kurt McKinney was originally supposed to come back, but because of like some scheduling conflicts that he had, he couldn't come back for No Retreat, No Surrender 2. So they ended up doing it with Lauren Avedon, and they went, you know, that's the guy that's probably best known aside from that for the King of the Kickboxer movies that were kind of big, you know, staples of like action fans renting back in the day. Cynthia Rothrock, yes, she is. Why don't we have any good Cynthia Rothrock Blu-ray stuff out? I would love to see some cool Cynthia Rothrock Blu-ray stuff coming out. I've stayed off of the internet today. I got to go check out the new Vinegar Syndrome website a little bit later. But today's April the 1st. And I hate April the 1st. It went once, today after my birthday. But mostly because too many sites do stupid crap. They'll put out these kind of fake announcements, and it's trying to be cool, and they'll come out like with their fake movie announcements, their fake game announcements. But I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I find that extremely lame. I got more respect for a company when they don't go for the, hey, let's do the April Fool's Day fake announcement thing. I got more respect for your company when you kind of decide not to go that way. It's kind of like me. I can tell a dad joke, and that's, you know, kind of lame and fun. I boom movie archives, but I'm not going to get up on stage and like and tell them. George, is this another one of the April Fool's things? I as much as I would like to see that, because I do like Michael B. Jordan, I know Henry. I know that's not going to happen. Though I know he's been in like he's been thought about. I wish they'd just make a good damn Superman movie. That's what I want. It's, you know, it's not like it's not brain surgery. First, you have to realize this. These are the things that into making a good Superman film. One, realize that Superman is not Batman, and he's not supposed to be Batman. Two, if that's true, that's rocks. That'd be kind of cool because you got. I'm not sure if you guys watch Supergirl. Have you ever seen the show Supergirl? I'm actually liking this season of it because Lex is in it and Lex rocks. But there was actually, and of course John Henry Irons as well, as you know, that was Steel, the character of Steel. But you know, started off as Reigns of Superman. Hey, PMac Movies, welcome, dude. Michael B. Jordan is a good actor, and he's got the physique for for playing a character like Superman. Now you're going to get some people that are going to be like, "Why did they pick Michael B. Jordan for Superman? This is all PC or some crap like that." Well, one, Michael B. Jordan is a pretty ripped dude. Two, he's a good actor. Three, he's got the youth that you need to do a franchise like this. So I'm cool with Michael B. Jordan. If he's being Superman, if that's real and it's not like not like an April Fool's Day thing, I'm cool with that. Like, Michael B. Jordan's a good actor, and just keep Zack Snyder the hell away from Superman. Just Zack Snyder, keep him away. No, I think Jordan is a good choice. Tommy Lee Jones cannot act in any more superhero movies. He may be a good actor, but I saw Batman Returns. So, yeah, no. It's definitely April Fool's. Probably is. So, but that's too bad because I'd actually be excited for it. I'd actually watch. I would love to see Michael B. Jordan as Superman. But I don't know if he'd take on another franchise. You know, he's doing Creed, right? That's a franchise there. So seeing him come on to take on something like that, it's a shame because, yeah. Who would you choose? Who would you choose? Now, guys, Henry Cavill is probably not going to be playing Superman again. Who would you guys choose as the next Superman? Because apparently I'm bummed out now that Michael B. Jordan is not playing Superman. But you got me because I was actually excited about that. Actually, I can look it up right now. There's a lot of real April Fool's Day stuff going on right now. And it really is a horrible time for people that like movies or video games, because so that was there's been rumors about him playing the role. Heroic Hollywood put it out there. But I think, unfortunately, that this is more than likely going to be one of those April Fool's things. We know that Henry Cavill is definitely taking on the Witcher role over on for the Netflix series. That's what's taken him out of out of this now. And I think he came in with the Zack Snyder run, and the Zack Snyder stuff is going. Because Zack Snyder's going, he's messed up a lot. You realize Tommy Lee I cannot forgive Two-Face. He was 1960s Two-Face. If there was a 1960s Two-Face. Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan's the bad guy in Black Panther. Oh, he said two Marvel characters. Who's the other one? Who's the other one? Because I don't know. I'm not. Oh, Fantastic Four, right? Johnny Storm. Yeah, I kind of forgot that. I did. I actually forgot it. Most people don't really like that Fantastic Four movie. I don't mind it. I'm in the minority with that Fantastic Four movie. I thought it's not well constructed together as a full complete film, but it's a nice starting out. Like there was a good universe being built within that Fantastic Four movie to actually make a good movie after that one. So I know I'm in the minority. Not many people are going to say that. But I actually really liked aspects of that Fantastic Four movie that was done. It was well cast. I like Miles Keller, and maybe the Doctor Doom role. Although I do like Toby, I just don't think that the way they did Doctor Doom in that film worked. Like everything seemed too pat, and it kind of makes you wonder what exactly Josh Trank wanted to do with the film, because we know that obviously that's not what he wanted to do with the film. The movie is very different, apparently, than what he'd planned to do with it. You know, this one here, which is like a unboxing of Blu-rays, is becoming more of a superhero talk than my actual video that I did called Superhero Talk. So I do love the fact that I will start on one topic here, and you guys will swerve it 180 on something else that's actually going to go over 360. Do I think they're fixed? That's actually a good question. I do. I'm a big comic book fan. I collected comic books long before I collected movies, and I used to have all those long boxes upon long boxes of comics. I pretty much started with a lot of DC stuff. I read the occasional, like Marvel, usually the Spider-Man titles, Rom Space Knight, and Captain Marvel, stuff like that. That was my Marvel stuff. But I read mostly a lot of DC stuff, anything from from Fear of Firestorm, The Haunted Tank, Batman, Superman. I didn't read much of the Justice League back then. I read them later on. But yeah, I do think that they're doing the right thing. They did right by Aquaman. They made Aquaman look more kick-ass and better than he's looked in a long, long time. Now, people forget that originally Aquaman, the character, although he's gotten made fun of in times, he's actually one of the darker characters with one of the darker storylines in the DC universe. Aquaman's child is murdered. Like this is not like in a modern day storyline. No, in one of the original back in the 70s, Aquaman's kid is killed by his enemy. So Aquaman's been kind of a dark, edgier character already. And this kind of cool, kind of bro version of Aquaman is kind of an in-between. I do like that. Shazam, obviously haven't seen it yet, but it looks to be more humorous. And people were making complaints saying, Shazam's not supposed to be humorous. Shazam's like a serious character. No, he's not. Not if you read the original Shazam. Which is by Fawcett Comics. Shazam never became a DC character till later on. I think it's in the 50s. 50s or 60s, somewhere around there. Basically, Shazam's a character that was kind of like kind of a satire, really, of the superhero characters of the time. Because this was back in the 30s, of Superman and characters of that ilk that were coming about. He was more of a humorous character. He was drawn more humorously, and he had like friends like a talking tiger, Tawny the Talking Tiger. One of his biggest enemies was a guy named Mr. Mind, which is this like little worm, like literally it's a little worm. It's like really smart. And what that did, what Shazam back then called Captain Marvel, because Shazam was what he said, was the word he said to become it. What did was it started the multi-part arc, the multi-arc storyline. They were the first people to do that. They ran a 26-part like Captain Marvel versus I think the Masters of Evils or versus Mastermind, that type of thing. Ran 26 storylines, and it went the gamut. I don't know about keep doing the originals. I do think that they should reboot it. That's a little nose runny, so I had to go over there. 70 Shazam. So, John, you're like me when you grew up, like Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoon, Shazam ISIS, Power Hour, right? Yeah, I I remember that. It was actually I remember because he had like I got confused as a kid because two different actors actually played the role of Shazam back in the day. Michael Gray. Which one of them is Michael Gray? Because there's two actors like in Jay back in the day that played like in that series that played Shazam. Was Michael Gray the first guy or the second guy? Because I don't know the actors' names. Oh, Billy Batson. Okay. Now the original Shazam, of course, was well. I don't know the guy that played Billy Batson, but I do know that they had like Tom Tryon, I think that's his name. Tom Tyler. Tom Tyler. He was like it was a Western star really, and he played like a Captain Marvel, the Adventures of Captain Marvel that was done back then. It was a very much a brutal character. He just go get the cereal from Kino. He kills everybody, man. He like throws people off cliffs with a smile on his face. He grabs up this big Gatling gun and he starts mowing people down. That's the character that they made him out in the serial in the 30s. And I think some people that never read the comics and just saw the serial thought that Captain Marvel, like Shazam, was like a different, was an edgier character when he really wasn't. If they actually read the comic source material, it was later on basically. Marvel had the rights for Captain Marvel, and they basically were suing Jackson Botswick. Oh, really? Do you know who the second guy was? Was he the second? There's two guys that played Shazam in that, played Captain Marvel in that show. So basically, back in the day, they had to change the name to Shazam. The comic had to be called Shazam when DC put it out. Actually, thanks. They actually would say Shazam, and underneath it, they'd put the real Captain Marvel, which was kind of a dig at Marvel. But they had to eventually take that off. That was a comic that came out around sometime in the 70s. I actually had a complete run of those back in the day. That was one of my pride and joys. I was a huge fan of the character. I've been pretty much a fan of like every character the name Captain Marvel throughout the timelines, from like Marvel to Billy Batson's Shazam and Danvers. Actually, from what I heard, he's not going to be Batman at all. Not even for like anything else. He's done. He's done with the role, and so he's not like they're doing a newer Batman movie. He's going to be a younger Batman. Affleck has said that he is completely done with doing the Batman role, and he's gonna and he's ready to move on. And I think it's good. He's like he did a good job for, like, let's be honest, like Zack Snyder movies. No, he's done. Tom, sorry that I'm not the person to tell you this, but he's actually really done. He has come out and said he's completely done with the role. But yeah, so Zack Snyder theater films are adrenaline rushes, and they're one watches. He did. He had the things he said. He had it. He had the script that he wanted, but the more he got into it, the more he wrote it and he got into rewrites, he found that he couldn't get a handle on the character in the way that he wanted to. And you got to understand, Ben Affleck is a comic geek. He's a super comic geek. Like, playing Batman was a huge deal for Ben Affleck. It was a dream, and it's something that he was super stoked about. But the scripts, the material that he got wasn't the greatest. I do think Ben Affleck was good. I think he elevated the part way above the writing for that. Hugh Jackman's a little bit too old. Now, I think if they're going to go for a younger Batman, go ahead, go for a younger Batman. Just have someone that got some acting chops. We can go dark. We don't have to go careful with the voice. Obviously, even uber Christopher Nolan Batman fans know Christian Bale's voice was utterly ridiculous. in the Batman movie. So let's not do that type of thing again. But it'll be interesting to see who they go with. There's a lot of choices that they can take. And Batman is is a character that's been changed like so much over the years. Jason Statham, definitely a badass. I don't see him as Batman. Maybe a villain. I can see Jason Statham as a villain more than like as Batman. Go with I'd say go with somebody younger, maybe somebody that maybe doesn't have like maybe isn't such a name. Like there are actors out there that can do the stuff, and I will pick actors. I will name actors that you guys would hate, for instance. Hey, Danucci, welcome to the movie club, dude. But because there's obviously back in the day, there was Smallville, and there was a character on Smallville by the name of Adam, and he was played by an actor that would go on to be in a series called The Vampire Diaries, which actually was very popular. Anyway, so that character of Adam originally was meant if DC would have let them do it. So if you're a Smallville fan, or if you've seen what I'm talking, what I'm talking about, he that actor, he was they'd planned it for him to be Batman, for him to be like a young Bruce Wayne. Obviously, they went in a different direction, and instead, Adam became this like cyborg type character, this evil character instead. But originally, the Adam character in Smallville. So if you go back to that like season, that storyline, you start from the beginning. Which one? Dean. Oh, okay. So yeah, you could definitely. Supernatural is ending. It's run. But Dean is definitely he's got the chin, that's for sure, right? And he's got the physique for it. I guess outside of like Supernatural, people mostly remember him from like the My Bloody Valentine remake, which he's really good in, and he's got the edginess to do that role. So that's actually a really good casting choice. That's something that I would look at if I was going to if I was making the Batman film. He would be he would be up on the short list of like actors that I would be choosing from. Somebody mentioned Scott Adkins, and I do think he's a little old for the role right now, but he definitely back in the day would have been somebody you could have thought about. There's Ian Somerhalder was the actor I was talking about before. Tommy Jones, you're going with the Tommy Jones thing, aren't you? This is your stick. But Tommy Jones doesn't know. No, he's a wee bit old. It's like asking me to play Batman. Ain't gonna work. Aside from being super old for the role of Batman, I have no chin. That's why I got the beard, man. No chin. Don't have a good chin. My chin game is weak. Bruce Campbell. Well, he's got the chin, but he's a bit old for it. Armie Hammer. I don't mind Armie Hammer. I just don't. I see him being bland. Like, that's just my thought. No, I could be totally wrong, but I see him being kind of bland as Batman. Maybe more of a Superman. Still to this day, like they casted the perfect actor to play Superman, and they put him in a shitty Superman film, and that was Brandon Routh. He was like, oh my God, they cloned Christopher Reeve and put him in a crappy film. It's such a shame. Now, I know that he probably wouldn't do another movie now, like another superhero character, but of course Stephen Amell of Arrow fame definitely has the physique, and he's pretty much been playing Batman for the last 6 or so years, just under the name of Arrow, wink wink nudge nudge, because they kind of made Arrow, they couldn't put Batman on TV, so Arrow was put on TV, and he did a lot of the classic Batman storylines. So, yeah. If you want to go really young, there's a kid from Gotham. Oh, yeah, I'm positive. One, dude, there's probably not going to be a Justice League 2, not for a very, very long time, if there ever is one done. But John Hamm is more of a Superman, I think. But he could do both. He could do either. Yeah, he could do either. John Hamm could play Batman. I take that back. You're right. But yeah, no, there's no like Dan Stevens, you mean? Uh, Dan Stevens, I want to be James Bond, John. He's already, he's British. Um, he's super, like, he's got it down. He's got the fighting skills down pat. He's got, obviously, he knows the weaponry work. So Dan Stevens is my pick for Bond. I don't want him to see him take on a superhero right now because I want to see him as Bond. That's I know it's probably not going to be who they're going to choose, but I think he would be an ideal Bond and he would be perfect to take over from Daniel Craig. He's young. He's oh dude, you're not in luck. Justice League did not do well. Dan Stevens can be both. Now, if you've only seen Dan Stevens from The Guest, there's other films and TV shows that he did as well, and I think he can pull off the charming thing. But you have to understand, Downton Abbey, exactly. You have to understand that Bond is supposed to be a bit rough around the edges. He's a bit of a tough character. The perfect mix, right? For oh yeah, I know your friend Craig. For Bond, I guess, although he didn't always get the best scripts, maybe it was Pierce Brosnan, because he had the look, and the suaveness of what a Bond would be, but he had the brutality and the ice coldness of a killer of a killer agent. When there's nobody, and I include Sean Connery in this, that is and Timothy Dalton, who is one of my favorites, who seems as ice cold, like as literally ice cold is running through his veins as Pierce Brosnan when he turns on a dime and kills. Actually, that's what I was about to get into. I don't think Idris will do it, John, because I'll be honest with you, Idris Elba's getting up there. And although Idris Elba looks better than people half of his age, I don't know if he'd want to do it. He felt kind of burnt with the whole Marvel thing, so he's out of that now. And I would love to see Idris Elba's Bond, but I don't think that he'll do it. He had this and he looks so good in the suit too. Somebody mentioned the Chucky. The Chucky voice, Child's Play. So a lot of people got super excited when Mark Hamill was chosen to voice Chucky in the new Child's Play film, myself included. Now, I do have to put a little caveat there. I don't want to be I don't want to be Mr. Buzz Killington, but the movie's filmed now, and now they've casted now they've casted the voice of Chucky. But the movie's already done, and I think Mark Hamill's going to kill it in the voice work on this film. But still, you have to remember, this is still a movie about a smart doll, and it's completely changed what the character Chucky is to this more of a technological thriller. The plot doesn't look good for the film. And not only does the plot not look good, they've actually, and they say, well, the casting got Mark Hamill. Yes, they've got Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill didn't write the script. Oh, dude, Jennifer Tilly, you cannot diss Jennifer Tilly. I wish there was Jennifer Tilly. I want Jennifer Tilly in everything, man. But they casted a kid that, to me anyway, unless there's something I don't know about, who looks way too old to be she's an actress. She does what she's told. They picked a kid that's way too old to be asking for a Chucky doll. I love Seed. Bride is good, visually, a gorgeous film, But Seed is one of the best Hollywood satires. Like, forget Child's Play, forget Chucky. Seed is a fantastic satire on like Hollywood and what goes on behind the scenes. I'll look at it that way, and you get a completely different like view of the film. And especially that movie, it was super brave for Jennifer Tilly to take on such a despicable version of herself to do in that film. That takes balls to go and do that. Like, that takes real guts. Yes, but you are talking about a series about a killer doll that's killing people and trying to get into swap bodies into the body of a kid. You can't take that too seriously. The best Child's Play is the second film, in my opinion, my humble opinion. The best one's the second one. And the second one does have the humorous aspect to it. You can't play it straight. You can't play it straight. You can't play it totally straight. Child's Play wasn't played totally straight. When I went and saw Child's Play in the theater, there were 3 people in the whole theater. There's me, my dad, and my cousin. That's all that was there. When this movie became a hit, I was usually surprised. I thought, okay, this is going to be a movie that I like, that nobody's ever going to see. Nobody was at the theater to watch it. But it has always been like a fun kind of premise, and it works based on like Brad Dourif's, like the Brad Dourif style, like his, much like many other voice actors, for instance. Child's Play went in the way that like Brad Dourif, took Chucky too, and he did a good job that no matter what they threw Brad Dourif's way, he did an amazing job with this. I actually. Well, the thing is that there's no voodoo in this one, Warlock, or anything like that. Basically what we get is it's like bad tech, like an evil hacker type of thing. That bothers me. That really bothers me. It bothers me that Don Mancini is not going to be involved with the films. AI Gone Bad, exactly, Andy. But he's doing the Child's Play TV series, which I'm going to watch, and I'll go see the film. I just think like chopping mall chugging. Yeah, exactly. You know what, Ryan? If they would have called it Chopping Mall, and rather than Child's Play, I got to check something. I worry that. Okay, so my humidifier's filled up, and that's the noise that I was hearing the other day, and I just realized it. But no, I'll go see it. I don't want to compare it to Child's Play because I don't think it's Child's Play. It's a buddy doll, and he's gonna be all techno. And from the looks of like the trailer, did anybody like kind of notice this? It looks like he was kind of controlling some technology around the town. Was that a thing? Was that happening? Was I really seeing that? Maybe I interpreted it wrong, but it looked like he may have been like kind of like had control. I'm not sure, the grid of the electric grid of the town, or so. Did I see that wrong? I'm hoping Warlock is going to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be good and be its own thing. It's not going to replace Child's Play for me. I will be pleasantly surprised if it turns out to be a good film. And I do think that Mark Hamill will put his all into it, like he always does. But let's be honest, Mark Hamill has, he always puts his all into things, whether the movie's good or not. And it hasn't always been like a swing and a hit. But that's not his fault. He's coming into this movie, like, I want to give it a chance, but he's coming into this movie after this movie's done. He's been cast as the voice of Chucky. He wasn't there. This movie is filmed. We have seen trailers of this, of the film. It's pretty much done. He's coming in to voice Chucky, to be like to give Chucky his embodiment. And I think if anybody can do it, if anybody can pull it off to make the Chucky character like threatening and good and interesting and enigmatic, definitely Mark Hamill is the best choice aside from Brad Dourif to do this role. I am solidly behind Mark Hamill as the voice of a new Chucky if they're going to change it. I am not solidly behind the script of what I've heard of it so far. The laugh was leaked. Is it pretty much the laugh of the Joker? Are they using the Joker laugh? Or is it going to like kind of clip it? Is it going to clip it a bit? Because when you think about it, Mark Hamill, like, this is the second time he's come in, like, say, like, Mark Hamill, like, he's not the first guy to play the Joker in the Batman animated series. There was another, like, actor, and Mark Hamill did a better job. I don't think Brad would have done it. I mean, like, to be totally honest, I think they may have come to Brad about it, but Brad Dourif definitely in Mancini's camp when it comes to Child's Play. This was done, pretty much with like with Mancini's hands tied. So and Mancini has nothing to do with it. Brad definitely and Jennifer Tilly both have like a strong like relationship with Don Mancini. He has helped both of their careers, obviously, with these films. But I know it's not like Brad Dourif was ever like a shoddy actor or he didn't do anything. Brad Dourif was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, for crying out loud. He was, this is an Oscar-worthy actor that we're talking about here. John, I had to be optimistic. I got to keep the optimism going. I'll see it. I mean, I'll go see the film, but I'm not expecting much. Didn't you like the Evil Dead remake? That was actually pretty good. Critters 4. Remember, when you're dissing on Critters 4, think of what just came out. Think of Critters the New Binge. I say yes. I would say more than likely he is coming back for a part in the new Star Wars film, because we all know Jedis never really die. They just become Force ghosts. So it's probably going to be a Force ghost. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe they'll get like Harrison back too, and they'll do like a... Is it really a favorite one? My favorite is part 2. Come on, you gotta admit, Jay, Critters, the New Binge, was okay. I'm hoping for more with the Critters movie that's coming out. Guys, I haven't seen Critters 4 in years, but the second one was always my favorite. I really don't remember what the fourth one's about. I think it's in space. I'm not sure. It's in space, right? It is in space? I love Anders Hove. As people that watch my channel know, I'm actually a General Hospital fan, and Anders Hove was a famous bad guy in General Hospital for years. I liked Last Jedi, John. I really did. Yeah. And I think one of the things that I liked about Last Jedi, and I think, John, you will appreciate this. Of all people, you will definitely appreciate this, is that there were people online that got super, super upset about Last Jedi. And liking it made them angry. I was good with that. I think you know what I'm talking about, John. I was good with that. Did I see Absentia? I don't remember it. I think I got it here somewhere. But Is that one of the ones with the covers with the patented girl with her hand out cover type thing? Or am I thinking of something else? I'd have to look it up. So I do, if I've seen Absentia, I think I have, or at least I got it here. I don't remember it. So I do apologize, but it's not one that I do remember. So I'd be lying to you if I say I remember anything about Absentia. It might be a fantastic film. I just don't know. Dude, I'm an 80s kid. Really, Mike Flanagan. Ooh, did I miss that? Wait a second. I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan, so if I haven't seen it, I think I've seen it, but I haven't seen it. I'm going back. Because yeah, I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan. Well, the harassment went on both sides. I do think the harassment was stronger for people that liked Last Jedi. It was super strong against people that liked it. You have no idea how many times I had people tell me I'm not a I'm not a real fan of Star Wars because I liked Last Jedi, and I'm along the lines of like, shake you, I'm the guy that saw Star Wars in the theater. But a lot of the Last Jedi haters were the same people that went out and told, and not everybody, but told like Frank Oz that hey, you don't know what the character of Yoda is supposed to be like. No, it's okay, dude. It's fine. Absentee, I don't remember it. If I'm probably, I gotta look it up now. I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan. Like I love everything that I've seen that he's done. Dude, because you didn't like it, it's okay not to like it, man. Everybody likes or don't like what the what they want. But when you're seeing people like, and this is the thing that kills me, and I got to say this, when you see people like harassing actors and just really like pissing on people, and you see like pages and pages like of insults when somebody says anything positive about it. Uh, I It can go both ways. Whether like it or don't like it, that's fantastic. It's when you start ragging on people and like questioning their fandom or saying things about like actors that acted in the film, or going on like or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and like putting on disparaging remarks about it. Then I am a Friday Five fan. I'm Batman. I know that. Yeah, you can go and watch the same movie, have two completely different opinions, and that's the greatest thing about like of cinema and movie love. The worst thing about is the internet, which takes it like that can take it too far, like in both ways. So I enjoyed the film. Other people didn't enjoy the film. I can't see why other people didn't like the film, but it worked for me personally. But I can completely see why some other people didn't like it. All right, part five, love, dude. John, we were in a minority back in the day. I was on like on a Facebook page, right? Not a Facebook page. What's it called? Back in the day of the forum pages. So there's Friday the 13th. And it was like it was a fan run, like message board. Loving the love for Friday 13th Part 5. So I went on there and I talked about Friday 13th Part 5. It was a movie that I really liked. And they were mean to me. Like super mean to me. The same thing happened when I was on the official Halloween fan page, which I got knocked off of once, by the way, because I wasn't a big fan of the Rob Zombie films, and they were super like acid. There's toxic fandom. Now here's the thing: people that don't like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, or people that do like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, that's not necessarily being toxic fandom. That means you like something or you don't like something. When when you get like when you get trollish and mean and all that type of stuff about it, that's when it gets into toxicity. See, my sister, and up in Ontario actually, she she met Robert Englund once. She was at a spa, getting something done, and he thought she was like an actress from a certain film because she does resemble someone. Um, she does resemble a certain not so much now, but she resembled a certain actress in the '90s that was in a movie called Scream. She looked a lot like her back in the day, a lot like Neve Campbell. My sister, my old younger than me, but still my older sister, had very much of a Neve Campbell look to her. I think that's who Robert Englund thought she was at first, but they talked. He was a really nice guy. Obviously, my sisters are way better looking than I am. Just let's get to that part of the way right now. The I don't know. I mean, I would never label somebody toxic in a fandom until it gets to the point when I do think they are. When actors are leaving Twitter because they're getting harassed, that portion is toxic. No two ways about it. There's no explaining it. There's no excusing it. There's no, oh, well, I don't like this. This is my opinion, or this type of thing. You can have an opinion without like attacking people, like seriously attacking people. That's the toxicity. It's not needed in any type of fandom, like superheroes, Star Wars, any of that type of stuff. We should be able to like or dislike a film without having to come to blows about it. John, not a fan of Last Jedi. I liked Last Jedi. I don't think me and John would ever come to blows over a film. Yeah, he actually did recently said that he would like to do one more, like Nightmare on Elm Street film. What would he do? It can do a prequel because he's too old for doing the prequel now. But a way to maybe pass the torch. How would you do that? Because people are going to want more. They're not going to go with, okay, this is the last one. And let's not forget, the last one we got was horror. The last one, well, not the last one we got. That was the Wes Craven one. That was amazing, in my opinion. But the Rachel Talalay, Freddy's Dead film, in my not so humble opinion, was pretty crappy. There's like funny sequences, but it was not a good film. It was definitely not a good way to take out Freddy Krueger. Some of these like weird looking dream gods or something, whatever they were called. But I would like to see him. I mean, he's getting up there. Robert Englund is a guy that loves to do he's a character actor. Mike Mather will always be another one. He loves doing like makeup work. Like just look at it. And even if the movie's not the greatest, Robert Englund usually shines in the film. Like look at The Mangler, right? The Mangler is definitely not considered a culture like a horror cinema classic. But Robert Englund did some great work in some, and actually some pretty cool makeup in that film. When I did get to meet Alice, would be awesome. I'd like to see that. Nice fans of The Mangler. But when the one time I did get to meet Robert Englund, I was at a convention, and at Thesmo Maniacs, another one where he did like some really good work, and he said that he was looking at a Life magazine when he was a kid, and it had like Lon Chaney, Man of a Thousand Faces, right? And it showed like Lon Chaney, and there was like this spread, this 2-page spread, and it showed like Chaney and all these different like makeups that he did, and like Phantom of the Opera, all this kind of cool stuff, and he said like he looked at it, and he looked at it a lot, and he never realized that would kind of be his lot in life. That's where he'd go. Do I think Alice should? I would like to see some of the older ones return like that. Alice was a really good character. I like the character of Alice, Dream Master, and that's like I would love to see what, Tommy Jarvis. I would love to see Tommy Jarvis back in the Friday the 13th franchise. I'm in a minority in the fact that although I do really like Jason Lives, great film, fun film, I still think as fun as it is, as good as it is, it killed the franchise. It dead it right there. Zombie Jason isn't scary. Part 7 was definitely a fun film, but after Part 6, you really couldn't get into like a scary Jason. Really, Jason Takes Me Out, I don't normally hear that. I like aspects of Jason Takes Me Out. Oh, thanks for coming in, J-Man, and come in again soon. Oh, for people that did not see my my Instagram video earlier, I am going to be doing a slight tweak with the channel, and I do want to mention it. I will Wednesday, for instance, I'm going to be doing like the MVD Rewind collection. Hopefully, if my stuff comes from Amazon, I'm going to be going through all my MVDs. We're going to talk about the company itself, and going into a lot of that. But I'm also going to be doing a shorter video, like a pre-tape video, like just with a quick go over, and I'm going to be doing that for a few of my movie clubs. Is that I'm going to be doing the movie club with that topic in that night. Hey Brian, hi Cubic Clever. And I'll also be doing like a 10 to 15 minute long pre-tape video that'll kind of be talking about the topic, just myself talking about it, and usually in the daytime, in the day of that I make the movie club. So if somebody wants to come in and just like get a quick, like watch a quick little video on the topic that I'm going to be talking about, they can see that. If they see that and that like kind of piques their interest a bit more, they can come on later on in that night and be part of the movie club and talk about that topic there as well. So you guys can let me know what you think of that. But I've been like going over in my head like what I can do to like actually keep going with this channel. When is my next episode of Just to This podcast? Well, it was taped, Ryan, about a week and a half or so ago. It is in the next week or so. I think I was talking to Brian earlier. I think it's going to drop in around a week or so. So as soon as it does, I will definitely come on here and let you guys know. And of course, if you follow me on Instagram or anything like that, or Twitter, you're going to see me like mention Just to This there as well, because I'm actually really proud of the fact that I've been on there. Because at the end of the day, I was a guy that just listened to this, like faithfully listened to Just to This. I was like a fan. I was a fan of like Brian. I was a fan of Steph, and ironically, they started watching my stuff on here, which I was flabbergasted by, and then I got asked to go on there. So this will be my second time on Just to This, and anybody that's listened to the first one, thank you so much. And hopefully, if this goes well, I will be back on there again. If you're a Vinegar Syndrome fan specifically, pretty much my role so far on Just to This has been like being the guy that talks about Vinegar Syndrome, and I'm literally become Mr. Vincent, and it's really fun. Brian works magic in the editing room, and makes me sound coherent and everything, so that's always good. Get into one. Excellent thing. I haven't seen the new website yet, Warlock. I actually got to look at it. I was actually watching, like, I got home, I got this in the mail, I started watching this. Get this. You started watching it from my episode? Thank you. Definitely go back and check out some of the earlier stuff too. The stuff that he does with Steph, and the stuff that he does with Rob Galuzza. Really, really good stuff. He's got he's had a lot of great guest stars on there. It is insanely packed with special features, isn't it? It's just like I'm guessing you got Urban Legend too, right? Other Jamie Blanks slasher film. But yeah, it's just like Urban Legend. They just like put it like they stacked this with special features. It's a great new 2K transfer of the film as well. Fantastic. They put like so much work into this. So for people that just came on here, this is my birthday gift from my dad. I got it today. He knows I'm a huge slasher fan, so he picked the perfect thing for me. Yeah, this is David Boreanaz. Actually, David Boreanaz is in this. Daniel Cosgrove is in it as well, if the name kind of slightly sounds familiar. And you saw the series You, which came on Netflix, for instance. He was the jerky, abusive neighbor on that. But Daniel Cosgrove's been on a lot of stuff. You know him when you see him. My dad actually, he does. He kind of remembers this one, but not as well as I do. He's kind of like, Valentine, he says, I can't remember that film. Which one is that? Because this is what I asked him for. He asked me what I wanted for my birthday. And I picked him up, like, for his birthday, picked him up, because our birthday's in the same month, right? I picked him up 10 to midnight, and I picked him up Horror on Party Beach, because I know that he loves those films. Those were two big ones for him. And the new Scream Factory edition of 10 to Midnight has a great commentary, I heard, which I wanted my dad to hear. I don't even have it myself. I just got the Twilight Time edition. So yeah, he asked me about this one. He says, is that the one I'm thinking of with the cherub? I said, yeah, it's got some really great kills in it. Fantastic cast. We've got like David Boreanaz is in this. Marley Shelton's here. Denise Richards, by the way, she still looks amazing. Katherine Heigl's got a small role, but important role in it. 10 to Midnight's a really good film. It's people go into 10 to Midnight sometimes thinking that it's Death Wish. Now, 10 to Midnight is definitely a slasher film. It's Charles Bronson meets a slasher film, but the character that Charles Bronson plays in 10 to Midnight is the antithesis of the character that he plays in Death Wish. In 10 to Midnight, he is a by the book, wanting to get things done cop that does not want to cross that line. It's not one of Denise Richards' earliest roles, but it's definitely one of Katherine Heigl's earlier roles. I think Denise Richards had been, you know, she'd been a name before then. She did like stuff like, not always good movies, like Undercover Brother and stuff like that, but she had, she'd been known before this film. If you haven't seen it, or if you're wondering, you're on the fence about it, features are great. Oh, welcome to the Movie Club Friday Night Films. Yeah, Jamie Blanks is one of my favorites. I just want them to put out Storm Warning, which is another really great Jamie Blanks film. You're right, actually I forgot about that. We won't forget your Batman. Yeah, I think she had already done Bond at this point, hadn't she? She had been like Christmas Jones. That was a great kill. The hot tub kill was a really good kill. Starship Troopers, yeah, was another one that was kind of a big one for her. There's a great cast in it. I recommend you, if you're kind of on the fence, give it another shot. The features, man, if you're a features person, if you're like into features, there's a ton of features in this. And for latecomers, the other stuff that I picked up, that I got coming in the mail today, I got the Nemesis Collector's Edition. I'm actually really stoked about that. And I also got Nemesis 2, 3, and 4. Hey, Mark. So this is my pickups. I love Nemesis, man. Well, I know it's not, exactly a classic film, but I love it. I love films like that. They're fun. I like Albert Pion stuff. I really love Cyborg. But I had to pick up the Nemesis ones. Like, we got Olivier Grenier here. We got Sue Price in these three. The Sue Price is an odd choice for like an action hero. I'm not gonna lie. She's like 5 feet tall, like on the nose. It's amazing. Did this like drop in price on Amazon where you're at? Because what happened was I was online one day and I had some money. I was going to spend it like shopping out around in Corner Brook there that I was in, because I'd already picked up like you guys saw my video earlier. I picked up Double Dragon and I picked up like Pet Sematary, the 4K of that one as well. So I said I want to get more, And I went, this was 26, and I went down to 21. I said, okay, this is $21 for 3 films. I'm buying it. And I said, I cannot buy this and not get this. That and so I picked, yeah, very cheap on Amazon sale. So I picked up both of these, and then I got my money the next day from my mom for my birthday. And I looked and I said, I got a lot of MVD rewinds in my collection. I need a few more. So what I got from my mom for my birthday, and you'll find out, you guys will see it. I won't tell you which ones they are, but there's 4 MVD rewinds coming in the mail now from Amazon. I'm super excited about that. I'm 3 away from having a complete MVD rewind collection right now, of like as of this date of what's out there. So I got 3 more to get, but there's 4 coming in the mail, and I'm very, very excited specifically about one of them. I'm excited about all of them, but I'm excited a lot about one of them because it deals with a type of music that I actually like a lot. Oh, did you? Chud and Cal. Unfortunately, streaming wasn't good where I was at, so I didn't get to watch it. But I saw like Steph and the guys talking on Twitter about Chud and about Castle. Castle Freak's a favorite movie of mine. I've always been a huge fan of Castle Freak, and I think that's one of those that kind of flew under the radar when it came to that type of stuff. MVD Classics, I don't actually. MVD is a company that like I got more into recently. Return the Swamp Thing, that's a good one. I like Return the Swamp Thing. But I will be, so anybody that is a fan of MVD Rewind and a fan of MVD at all, definitely Wednesday, keep an eye out. I will be doing an MVD Rewind collection video. Hopefully everything goes okay. And I'll be doing I'll be doing a live one, like a live movie club. I'll go through every MVD that I got because I'll have 4 more by that time. And I'll have a large portion of the MVD collection. We'll go through every one of them. We'll talk about MVD as a company, between MVD Classics. Hey, Tommy Films, welcome, dude. We'll talk about MVD Rewind, MVD Marquee, and like the MVD Classics that were mentioned. There's only 2 of those, if I'm correct. And I think one of them is a Fulci film, right? As far as I know, and I'm not quite sure if this is right. Oh, no, dude. Ask anytime, anything. And I didn't mention it yet. They both. Urban Legend, I think, I haven't watched all the features on Valentine. It's incredibly stacked. They pretty much interview everybody. Urban Legend has a complete extra disc. You want like a definitive answer. There's a complete extra Blu-ray on Urban Legend. That's just features. And it goes from the inception of the film, like just the thought of the creation of the film, right to post, right to talking, right to it going into theater, right to its reactions. It goes through everything. So Urban Legend is a more round, like fully rounded special features. It's definitely, it's the better of both discs, but both of these are a wealth of features that I strongly recommend. If you're going to get one, you got to grab the other, and give Urban Legend Final Cut another chance. I know what you're thinking, but it does deserve it. So you got the Golden Temple one. I don't have either one of those, John. Are the features on those good? Because there's like no problem. Probably the curricular right now. It's probably going to be it's an obvious one. Bergman. The Bergman set it is loaded with special features, to like the nth degree. A lot of the indicator stuff. Features aren't good. I hate when that happens because they've been pretty good with features. I mean, like I've been pretty impressed so far. Angel Town had great. You got Angel Town. That had great special features on that one. And the MVD Rewind collection has been really good with special features. But am I right in assuming that that the Rewind collection is the only numbered collection that MVD put out? Because I don't think that the Classics or the Marquee are numbered. $200 is a fantastic price for that. That's like an over $300 set, And I do think down the road, when they stop producing so many of them, it is going to go up in price. It's not limited. They're not saying it's limited, but you know, Criterion, once it gets to a certain amount, they're going to be looking at other things, and there's going to be another set come out. And once that other set comes out, they're going to stop. Like they're not saying they're going to stop like production on it, but as you know, if the next year is like Fellini's birthday, or if they decide to do Akira Kurosawa set, they're going to focus on that. And you will get to see the Criterion, the Bergman set, but it takes a lot of money and takes a lot of pressing to make that Bergman set. So, and, you know, and the book and everything as well. I do think that maybe down the road, what we're going to get is they're going to say, oh, it's still going to commit, but we're going to streamline it a bit. You know, I know nothing about that. That is not inside information. That's just my thoughts. Night of the Demons was my release. Was my release of the year last year. I put that up. You know, I didn't have Bergman set at the time, but the the Kurosawa box set, Cubic Lover, unfortunately was only a DVD one. Like that was done a ways back. It was called, I think it was called the Kurosawa 25, something like that. That is in serious need of an upgrade, of a Blu-ray upgrade, because there's a lot more they can do with Kurosawa, and that is a genuine. That's a seller. They know Kurosawa is going to sell. I was asked about that before. I do like Mark Hamill doing the voice, but I'm iffy about the film. We do need I think Kurosawa is like one that you're gonna. I think that's going to be a given. You have a Criterion guy? But I think that's a given. Kurosawa is a given. I would say probably Fellini down the road as well. There's a few directors that they can actually work with. Work with their stuff that they have a lot of the stuff of, that they can actually like make some mega sets of. I haven't watched. Fassbender's one of those guys I got to be in the mood to watch. I can't like just sit down. Like I can't just sit down and watch Fassbender in the same way that I could watch like Valentine, for instance. You know, obviously, like that's like Bergman. I can't. I just can't sit down and watch Bergman at any time. I have to. I got to get in the right mood for for films like that. But it's awesome when you can find an out of print, especially out of print Criterion. When I found Le Corbeau, my better half found it for me. That's like. Depressing films. My better half's the antithesis. She doesn't like depressing films at all. That's why I have to watch them on my own. But when I found Le Corbeau, I was like super excited because that was like out of print Criterion, you know. So, although they'll probably down the road put it on Blu-ray and put a really nice edition of it. But I was excited at the time. It was nice to find like an out of print one. Anywho, guys. I am going to be watching the rest of the features on Valentine. I started it. It was really good. I wanted to come down here and talk to you guys about it. They did an awesome job. Pick it up, guys. If you want to see more slashers and stuff of this ilk coming out from Scream Factory, I personally really, really do. Make sure you pick this up. If you want to see more action movies and stuff coming up from MVD Classics, because MVD Rewind, because they put out a lot of different style. It's a very eclectic label to collect, actually. Definitely pick this up. MVD has announced that Nemesis 2, 3, and 4 is their highest selling movie in the label. This one, Valentine, she's already seen. She saw it years ago. She watched with me years ago, but no, she's we just got back off of a long trip and a little stressful. So she when she got back from work that she did, excellent time. She got it. She passed out, and so I went, got some groceries, came back, and this was in the mailbox. Turned it on, and after I finished watching it, I watched like the Denise Richards interview. I still have the disc upstairs on my Xbox One. I'm going to watch the rest of it. And decided to come down here and talk to you guys. I would like to have had that Fassbender set that came out from Arrow Academy. That looked really, really good. Obviously, I think that's kind of a print now, but job search. Yes, I am. I job search on a daily basis. I am looking though. Tummy Films at going back to school. So that's kind of been my big focus right now, is that I do want to go back to school. That's I want to further the education. There's a couple things I'm looking into. I don't want to say anything yet. I don't want to jinx myself, if you don't mind. But I will. I will let you know as soon as it's like verified. I'll definitely let you guys know. I got the snapper case over there, and just so you guys have seen it, yes, it does have the super awesome cover. You are thinking of going back? Do it, man. It's the only thing it can do. You know, you can increase your chance at work, learn more stuff. I'm always about learning stuff. The super excellent, cool, creepy ass cover on the inside. Loving this. This is freaky. Actually kind of creeps me out a bit, not gonna lie. I am Aaron. This awesomeness is what I got today in the mail. Got a few other things coming. But thank you guys so much for watching today. You are the movie club. To all newcomers here as well, thanks for dropping by. Hope you come back. Everybody, you guys rock. I couldn't do this without you, and as you can see, I got a new microphone, so let's hope this one works out well.